You see, Navika, when Saddam Hussein was hanged, these guys never issued, it was the UPA government in 2006. These guys never issued any condemnation of it. As far as we are concerned, because the invasion itself was illegal, all processes stemming from it were illegal. The man was tried by a kangaroo court and he was hanged. The UPA never condemned it. This is his photo when he was hanged. Can you see this? This is his hanging. On the left is Muammar Gaddafi, who was the serving president of Libya when NATO bombed him and a crowd tortured him on TV and then hacked him piece by piece. Well, they didn't hack him, they stabbed him, tortured him, and then killed him. And see the MEA statement from that time. They refused to condemn it. And Navika, this is the most shameful part of it. Here is a photo of Mrs. Indira Gandhi. Two photos. Indira Gandhi receiving Saddam Hussein at Delhi airport. And Indira Gandhi with the entire family of Muammar Gaddafi. You know, 3 of those family members were killed in NATO airstrikes. They never condemned it. किस मुंह से पूछ रहे हैं बॉस? किस मुंह से पूछ रहे हैं? You have zero moral authority. You opened this program, Navika, with a picture of Vrinda Karat condemning it. That is a lady who worships mass genocidal maniacs like Mao Zedong and Stalin. Please get your correspondent the next time to ask her, will she condemn Mao Zedong's genocide of his own people? Do you know Mao Zedong killed 7 times more Chinese than the Japanese Imperial Army did? Do you know Stalin killed more Russians than the German army did? Please ask your correspondent to ask them.
Well, I want to ask अमीक जमाई. अमीक जमाई, किसको पाठ पढ़ाया जा रहा है? सवाल यह है कि जिन्होंने खुद कभी स्टैंड नहीं लिया, आज पाठ पढ़ा रहे हैं सारी दुनिया को. At the time when there are Indians and 10 million of them in all of these Gulf countries, should we be actually taking Iran's side, which is bombing these countries where our Indians are? Should we be looking at our own interests? And what about the track record of the UPA government that is now coming out and questioning the Modi Sarkar?
दो इंटरवेंशंस नाविका में मैं करना चाहता हूं, बहुत छोटे छोटे, अगर आप मुझे इजाजत दें. सबसे पहला इंटरवेंशन ये है कि 79 में मरहूम अटल बिहारी वाजपेयी साहब देन फॉरेन मिनिस्टर मोरारजी देसाई की सरकार में चाइना गए. संबंधों को सुधारने के लिए एक उन्होंने इनिशिएटिव लिया, लेकिन उसी समय पे उनके रहते हुए चाइना में, अटल बिहारी जी के रहते हुए चाइना ने वियतनाम पे बॉम्ब कर दिया. आप जानती हैं वियतनाम से भारत के बहुत अच्छे रिश्ते थे. अटल बिहारी वाजपेयी साहब ने अपना पूरा मिशन अबॉर्ट किया जो वहां का विजिट था, और वो बहुत नाराज हुए. भारत ने एक बड़ी कड़ी प्रतिक्रिया चीन जैसे बड़े देश को दी कि आप हमारे रहते आप ये कर नहीं सकते थे. हमारे प्रधानमंत्री जी जब गए इजराइल, पहले तो नेतन्याहू जी आने वाले थे. पहली बात यह है कि दो चीजें हो सकती हैं कि या तो हमारे 007 जेम्स बॉन्ड को मालूम नहीं था कि वहां क्या होने वाला है. अगर नहीं मालूम था तो इजराइल नेतन्याहू आपकी ये औकात नहीं समझता था हमारे प्रधानमंत्री की कि उनको बताए कि 2 दिन में वो क्या करने वाला है. एक दूसरी बात, ब्रिटिश कॉलोनिज्म से निकलने में हमें 200 साल लगे नाविका मैम. ब्रिटिश कॉलोनी से भारत को आजादी में स्वराज हासिल करने में 200 साल लगे. शहादतें, लड़ाई, जंगे आजादी, कुर्बानियां, तब जाके हम आजाद हुए. तो क्या हमारे देश का प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी भारत को दोबारा यूएस इंपीरियलिज्म की कॉलोनी का पार्ट बना रहे हैं? अगर वो बना रहे हैं तो 9 मार्च को जब भारत की संसद की शुरुआत होगी, वैसे ही वो भगे हुए भारत की संसद से आए और इंडो यूएस डील से लेकर, अगर आप इजराइल के लिए स्टैंड ले रहे हो तो बताओ, आप ईरान के खिलाफ जा रहे हो तो बताओ. और यही रही बात सऊदीया की, दुबई की, ये अमेरिका के, इजराइल के गुलाम.
अमीक जमाई साहब, मैंने आपकी आवाज कभी नहीं सुनी कांग्रेस पार्टी से पूछने की कि 2008 में उन्होंने कौन सा MOU साइन किया था चीन से. आप जानते हैं ना मुलायम सिंह यादव जी का क्या स्टैंड था चीन को लेकर. लेकिन यह सवाल कांग्रेस से पूछते नहीं बन रहा है, सवाल बीजेपी के लिए बहुत सारे हैं. जवाब
बहुत अच्छा उदाहरण दिया अमीक जमाई जी ने. प्लीज आई रिक्वेस्ट कि अब इस बार मेरी बारी में डिस्टर्बेंस ना हो. अब इस बार कम से कम मेरी बारी में डिस्टर्बेंस ना हो. मेरी
शहजाद इज रिस्पॉन्डिंग.
हर बार मैं बोलता हूं मेरे इसमें डिस्टर्बेंस होता है, बाकी सब क्लीनली बोलते हैं। 1979 का बहुत अच्छा उदाहरण दिया कि अटल बिहारी वाजपेयी जी चाइना गए, वियतनाम पर हमला हुआ तो चाइना से वो लौट कर आए, पर एक हमारे चिच्चा थे, और चिच्चा ने जब चाइना ने तिब्बत पर चढ़ाई की तो चिच्चा ने पीएलए के ट्रूप्स को चावल दिया। वो कौन चिच्चा थे, जरा बोलिए ना। फिर उस चिच्चा ने बोला यूनाइटेड नेशन सिक्योरिटी काउंसिल की सीट दे दो। फिर उस चिच्चा ने बोला कि भाई आईडब्ल्यूटी का 80% पानी किसानों का पाकिस्तान को दे दो। वो कौन चिच्चा की बेटी थी जिसने बोला 1974 में पाकिस्तान को न्यूक्लियर टेक्नोलॉजी दे दो? वो कौन सा किसका दबाव था जी? 1990 में न्यूक्लियर टेस्ट करने नहीं दिया, वो किस देश का दबाव था? और 2008 में जब मुंबई अटैक्स हुआ तो विदेश से दबाव आया कि पाकिस्तान पर हमला मत करो। और फिर जब न्यूक्लियर डील हुआ जिसमें आपने सपोर्ट किया तो भारत का सिविलियन न्यूक्लियर टेक्नोलॉजी अप फॉर परमानेंट इंटरनेशनल इंस्पेक्शन, ये किस पार्टी ने दबाव में किया? अरे इंग्लिश के प्रभाव से बचना है तो लुटियंस की मूर्ति हटाई और राधा जी की डाली, तो उस पर तो विरोध नहीं करते। आज तो आप ऐसे पक्षधर बन चुके हैं एक वोट बैंक का कि आपके मुंह से तब मुंह नहीं खुलता है जब यमन के बच्चे मारे जाते हैं, अफगानिस्तान के बच्चे मारे पाकिस्तान ने। एक बात बोली आपने, ईरान के सिविलियंस के लिए रो रहे हैं, रोइए। और अफगानिस्तान के बच्चों के लिए कौन रोएगा? यमन के बच्चों के लिए कौन रोएगा? सीरिया में मारे जा रहे बच्चों के लिए कौन रोएगा? मतलब वहां पर भी दृष्टि किस प्रकार से चलती है कि एक देश के लिए देखना है पर दूसरों के लिए नहीं देखना है। इजराइल के बच्चों को माइक्रोवेव में डाला हमास ने। एक बार प्रियंका ने हमास पे बोला है? बोलिए अश्विनी जी।
आप बताइए ना, 50 साल 70 साल पहले सब जगह जाओगे पर ये नहीं बताओगे कि डोनाल्ड ट्रंप के पास ऐसी कौन सी सीडी है, ऐसा कौन सा वीडियो है, ही हैज हेल्ड यू फॉर रैंसम, जहां आपने 140 करोड़ लोगों के इंटरेस्ट कॉम्प्रोमाइज कर दिए। सच ए कावर्ड प्राइम मिनिस्टर जो इजराइल दो बार
आप तो इतना जाते हैं यूएस, आपको वीडियो नहीं दिया उन्होंने, और अगर वीडियो नहीं दिया तो फिर आप क्या करने जाते हैं यूएस, बता दीजिए। और दूसरी बात, आपकी अपनी क्या अथॉरिटी है टू ब्रिंग आउट इंफॉर्मेशन फ्रॉम देयर विच यू आर सिटिंग ऑन एंड नॉट पुटिंग आउट इन फ्रंट ऑफ द नेशन? बेसिकली है नहीं, हवाई बातें करनी है और मुद्दे को इधर उधर करना है। सोमनाथ भारती जी, आई वांट टू आस्क यू अबाउट 2006 when Saddam Hussein of Iraq was assassinated. May I tell you, at that time, what was the statement of the then foreign ministry? They said, we had already expressed the hope that execution would not be carried out. We are disappointed that it has been. Disappointed. आज बब्बर शेर की तरह निकले हुए हैं राहुल गांधी की आर्मी, सवाल पूछ रहे हैं कि why have we not condemned? ये बब्बर शेर तब कहां थे?
नाविका जी, मैंने कई बार आपके चैनल पे कहा है, सी वी नीड नॉट बी हाइडिंग ऑल द टाइम बिहाइंड रॉन्ग्स ऑफ कांग्रेस. यू जस्टिफाई every wrong of BJP by some other wrong of Congress. See, Congress was put to rest by the country because of that only. Today, what basically everybody is questioning in the country, that a sovereign nation boundary and internal affairs was violated by a foreign nation. We need to condemn that. The sovereignty of a nation is sacrosanct. If India does not stand today against this, why? What is holding Mr. Modi to condemn this act of US that you have violated sovereignty of Iran and you have killed the supreme leader of Iran? Under what law does UN permit? Does UN Charter permit this act of USA? What is being held up by USA, by Trump, against Mr. Modi? Epstein files, which has become the discussion of every household in India today. What is there in it that Mr. Modi is not able to speak up against US? US has been doing everything under the sun to violate sovereignty of the nations, to violate sovereignty of India also, by dictating that India will buy oil from which country, not from Russia. Is that not a violation of our sovereignty? But still Mr. Modi was mum. Question today is, we're not questioning that, see, India has already sided with Israel by going to Israel and standing in their assembly and speaking in their favor. just 2 days prior to the war. I mean, the message is loud and clear.
Yes, message
Today
is
you say
clear,
there
and
was
message is
anti-Taliban-
clear because Iran has taken an anti-India stand in the recent past. So India has taken a stand. It has not forced any confrontation, but it has taken a stand. Sushant Sareen, which part of India's foreign policy on choice over Iran and Israel is not clear to the opposition? Can you please explain to them?
Navika, I think it's all very clear to them. They're just playing to the gallery because they have their own vote bank politics. They're talking nonsense, most of them anyways. So when in 1971, did we violate this great sacrosanct principle of sovereignty when we created Bangladesh? Mr. Bharti should tell us. He's a lawyer. I don't know what kind, but he is apparently one. We will listen. India will take India's side, which is exactly what this government has done and which is exactly what previous governments did. People are, pointing fingers at each other. I think the UPA government did the right thing by not opening their mouth when it did not serve India's interest, whether it was Gaddafi, whether it was anybody else. And the government of India today is doing the right thing by taking a kind of a very middle of the road kind of a position and not swinging on one side or the other, because there are vital national interests involved. If governments in India take care of Indian interests, yeah, you can keep accusing anybody of hypocrisy. These guys can accuse the current government can accuse these guys. But the fact of the matter remains, both the governments in the past and now did the right thing. Let me give you an example. In 1979, the Soviet Union, Brinda Karat, who's now flying so high and, taking such a cudgels, the Soviet Union invaded Afghanistan. The Indian government and just in 1980, Mrs. Gandhi won the election and came back. She was incensed over what had happened. She never said that publicly, but privately she accosted the Soviets and told them that India did not think this was a very sensible thing to do. There is some aspects of diplomacy which should be done silently. Now, this habit ना कि दिल्ली की गली में गुंडागर्दी करनी है, मैंने उसको बता दिया, मैंने उसको दिखा दिया, यार ये मोहल्ला लेवल पॉलिटिक्स तो मोहल्ला लेवल क्लिनिक में तो चलती है बात. बट इफ यू आर टॉकिंग अबाउट इंटरनेशनल डिप्लोमेसी, मैंने बता दिया, फिर बताने के बाद क्या हुआ उसके बाद? तू कौन, मैं खामखा? Why are we getting into this?
With this man? I mean, does he have a license to speak anything on the channel?
It is sacrosanct.
Who permits him?
Number of countries, including India. And when it served India's interest. Did India do something wrong at that point of time? Not at all. We went into Sri Lanka, for example, when the Tamils were being oppressed out there. Did we violated their sovereignty? Did we do the right thing or did we do the wrong thing? Please tell me that this sacrosanct principle on which this guy is being hoisted on his petard, he should tell us this, na? If governments protect the interests of the country.
He's refusing to answer why Mr. Modi is not speaking up when US was asking India not to buy oil.
You know so much about the Epstein file. Why don't you disclose it?
He has not said a word on Hardeep Puri. Hardeep Puri name is figuring in Epstein files. His daughter,
principle of Aam Aadmi Party. That's all you've done.
Got 57 crores.
That's all you have done.
Can you imagine
this
from
is exactly what you are doing right now.
Epstein
This is what you are. This is what you are. Nobody takes
I mean,
you
you need to be sorry.
Epstein files, bring it out. By all means, bring it out.
You need to be sorry
don't spread a canal.
You need to be sorry for speaking.
Well, if you have any truths, you are most free to bring them out. It's a free country. Just like you have the freedom of speech, so does Sushant Sareen. So long as he doesn't use unparliamentary languages, he can express his opinion. But Shehzad Poonawala, what is this charge? Epstein files, kyunke you want to distract attention away from it. Suddenly you are making US, Israel and Iran get into a conflict because you want to distract them?
देखिए, मुझे समझ में नहीं आता इनका आरोप क्या है. On one hand they say that we have become puppet of somebody else, and then they are saying we are so powerful, try to distract from a certain issue, we have created an entire World War III kind of situation. तो कहना क्या चाहते हो? दूसरी बात, जो भगवंत मान की सॉवरेनिटी और ऑटोनॉमी सेफगार्ड नहीं कर पाते और केजरीवाल उनके काम करने लग जाते हैं, वो देशों की सॉवरेनिटी की बात करें तो लेट मी नो अनपैक दिस. इनका आरोप है सोमनाथ जी का कि यूएस हैज इन्वेडेड द सॉवरेनिटी ऑफ ईरान. सुनिए ना सर, सोमनाथ जी, सोमनाथ जी, आई रिक्वेस्ट,
पढ़ लिया नहीं पढ़ लिया?
सोमनाथ जी, आई रिक्वेस्ट, मेरे बोलने की सॉवरेनिटी पर आप बॉम्ब मत छोड़िए सर। एक गरीब पसमानदा और वो भी शिया बात कर रहा है, मेरी सॉवरेनिटी को बोलने की।
डेमोक्रेसी
नाविका प्लीज,
आपने डिक्टेटरशिप का इंजेक्शन जो लगाया
नाविका
है,
प्लीज,
सब लिखा हुआ है उसके अंदर।
Okay, Somnath Bharti ji, allow him to complete his point. I will give you time to counter. I will give you time to counter.
चलिए, the only Shia being oppressed here is me. Now let me please speak. The point is, सुनिए ना सर, एक शिया, आप शिया के लिए ही रो रहे हो तो मैं शिया हूँ, मैं शिया हूँ, आप शियाओं के लिए तो रो रहे हो ना। सुनिए ना, आप
शियाओं के पसमंदा हो, पहले बता दो।
शिया इज अ सेक्ट, वो भी एक बड़ी गड़बड़ है कि शिया इज अ सेक्ट एंड पसमानदा इज एन इकोनॉमिक क्लासिफिकेशन। पर कुछ जू के बैर को अंडरस्टैंडिंग नहीं है, उसका मैं कुछ नहीं कर सकता। नो, लेट मी मेक माय पॉइंट एंड आई रिक्वेस्ट लेट माय पॉइंट कम so that people can also hear what I'm trying to say. US has taken some action which you are saying is the violation of sovereignty of Iran. So I want to ask you, when Mr. Khamenei said that 370 should not be abrogated, that CA is a violent law, that Muslims are being harassed and killed in India, when he is saying that the situation of Muslims is like massacre in Muslims, was that not violation of our sovereignty? Point number one. Point number two, when Iran is dropping bombs on UAE, Kuwait, Saudi, where lakhs and lakhs of Indians are living, which has huge emotional and other relationship with India, is that not violation of sovereignty? If you are for sovereignty, like we have taken, India has taken a stand that we said that respect the sovereignty of all. You are saying only respect one particular leader, and that leader is saying things against India, but you have no words to offer. And now last point I want to ask, logically, now logical question, Mr. Somnath, logical question. Israel के साथ खड़े हो, Israel वैसे supported us in 65, 71, 99, despite not having relations with us. But Palestine ने तो वैसे कुछ नहीं किया, still we say two-state solution. Now you tell me what is your interest that you only support Palestine but not Israel, which has stood by us in the wars. We are saying two-state solution. Why you against Indian interests?
Their two-state solution is कि आप दिल्ली से हटिए और पंजाब उनके पास रहने दीजिए, वो उनका two-state solution है। But सोमनाथ भारती जी, सोमनाथ भारती जी,
permit me to respond, Navika ji. See, the problem is they're not understanding what I'm trying to hint at. See, if you permit US to enter into any nation, pick up their president, kill their supreme leader, tomorrow, for God's sake, I mean, I don't want that to happen at all. If America wants to enter into India and pick up Mr. Modi,
I mean, to him to compare
I will be
India
opposing
to
that.
Venezuela.
Mr. Modi, as long as he's Prime Minister of the country,
I mean,
as long as he's citizen of India, I will not permit that to happen.
Mr.
Somnath
Bharti,
citizen of India is more empowered than the Prime Minister, the armed forces of India. Abhijit Iyer Mitra has a problem with the theory that you are propounding. Abhijit.
Thank you, Navika. So I think Somnath Bharti ji has made a very important point, and I want to rebut it point by point. It is true that Iran has helped us in the past by creating the Shia-Sunni divide ever since 1979, which helped us in the counter-insurgency in Kashmir. Yes, this is true. That is passive support. It wasn't intentional. Okay, they have also taken the complete price of it because we sanctions busted and bought oil from them. So we actually paid an economic price for it as well. जो कर्ज था वो पूरा चुकाया गया है. Second, Israel has actively helped us with weapons, which Iran has not. So, but leave aside that, the primary overriding interest here is that Iran has attacked the source of livelihood of 10 million Indians in the Gulf, and they are attacking Indian interests right now by choking off oil. You want us to literally support a country that is attacking Indian economic interests. I'm sorry, that is not very smart. Second is the cultural argument. You know, ye 300 saal se Farsi, all of that. Boss, Farsi was a colonial language brought in by colonists. English is also, we have a very close relationship with England. They ruled over us for 250 years. Today, more people speak English than they speak Farsi. So what? Are we meant to join NATO? Are we meant to protect England because of that? Third, very important point Somnath ji made. If America is permitted to get away with it, boss, even Russia and China haven't been able to stop it in the last 30 years since the Cold War ended. हम क्या करेंगे? जब रूस और चीन रोक नहीं पा रहे हैं, you expect us to fill that role.
Well,
I'm sorry.
and for all the moral high ground that Ashwini Mishra is taking, I want to ask you, CIA is on record to say that twice they have given money to, Indian political parties, and both times it was the Congress party. आप moral high ground लेते हैं.
They handed her cash.
Yes,
They handed cash to India.
they've written in the book that has come out, they've written that they gave it to Mrs. Gandhi herself. What is the moral high ground that you are taking? ये फाइल दिखा दो, आपकी फाइलें तो सारी ओपन में है भाई.
नाविका जी, हमारी जो भी फाइलें ओपन में है आप उनकी इंक्वायरी भी कर लो, बट कम से कम आज की बात तो कर लो. यही ट्रंप जो हम बोल रहे थे कि मोदी जी का मास्टर स्ट्रोक, ट्रंप से हमारा कोई लेना देना नहीं है, ट्रंप ने मोदी जी को यहां तक बोल दिया कि उनका पॉलिटिकल कैरियर खराब हो जाएगा. इंडिया के बारे में क्या क्या बोला, इंडियन सोवरेनिटी वाज क्वेश्चन बाय हिम मल्टीपल टाइम्स. उस टाइम कुछ नहीं हुआ. आज आप जाके उसी ट्रंप की गोदी में बैठ गए हो by compromising the interest of 140 crore people. It is never about US or Iran. It is all about Indians.
Okay.
You have compromised the interest of 140 crore Indian and so
Okay, Sushant Sareen, you are a strategic affairs expert. Please tell me, and please tell a lay person watching this show tonight, has India compromised its self-interest in the confrontation and the conflict that is currently ongoing by being at least perceived to be on the side of America and Israel?
Navika, I said that right at the outset. India is acting in its own self-interest, and India's self-interest is in siding, for example, with the Arab states, where a bulk of our energy comes from, where our diaspora is located, where a huge amount of our trade goes. Our trade with Iran is what, $2 billion, nothing more than that. Our trade with the Arab world, which we are now, all these guys are wanting us that you reject the Arab world and go with Iran. Our trade with them is about $200 billion. The amount, there are about $45 billion of remittances which come from there. Now, let me tell you another thing. Iran in 1965 and in 1971, please tell me which country did they support? Did they support India? Did they support Pakistan? Secondly, you are talking about Trump saying certain things and Modi still talking to him. Let me give you an example of 1971 and what diplomacy is. Mrs. Gandhi, Nixon and Kissinger used to abuse her. But what did Mrs. Gandhi do? She decided that it was India's interest, India's strategic interest, that she will engage with the Americans. She went and met them. She did what was required for India to do. But did she break off with them? No, she didn't. The governments in India will protect India's interests. Now, if you guys want to do your politics around it because you want to appease to one community or you want to take pot shots at the government, which is your right, please go ahead and do it. But to say that India's interests are being compromised because we have...
India's interest being compromised is a preposterous statement to be made. Well, breaking news coming in. US President Donald Trump has told Politico that Iran is running out of crucial armaments and that he is open to working with some surviving members of the country's ruling regime. Is that talks on the card? Well, Abhijit, how do you see this?
Listen, there is no point of talks because Trump and Israel have clearly said that they don't trust Iran. Iran will continue cheating. I'm sorry, but Israel and America have really screwed up the narrative on this. I have never seen a more unprofessional and mismanaged narrative than what has come out of these two countries in the last 4 days.
But then President Trump himself is saying that he's willing to start talks.
It doesn't matter. You look at his post from just 6 hours back. He said, I told them to get lost. This after Ali Larijani. First, he said they wanted talks. Then Ali Larijani, who is the de facto head of Iran, I guess now says, no, we don't want to talk to you. Then Trump says, oh, I told them to get lost. Now he's saying, I want to talk. I'm sorry.
But the Congress party and the opposition believes every word that Trump says. Where does that leave us, Shehzad Poonawalla, with all the questions that the opposition has?
नाविका जी, बिलीव भी करना है तो बड़े सिलेक्टिवली. अभी लास्ट अगर ट्रंप का स्टेटमेंट देखना है तो शाहबाज शरीफ के बारे में क्या बोला वो बिलीव करना, नहीं, वो पार्ट नहीं बिलीव करना है, वो पार्ट सिलेक्टिवली छोड़ देना है. गोद में बैठना ये होता है जब 90s में न्यूक्लियर टेस्ट करने का अवसर आया, यू चिकनड आउट. When Vajpayee did the nuclear test, Chidambaram opposed it in parliament. In 2008, you did not take action on Pakistan, and Chidambaram ji is on record कि under US pressure you did not because Condoleezza Rice came here. गोद में बैठना वो होता है कि चीन का चंदा लेकर आरसेप में घुसो, चीन का चंदा लेकर जो चीन अतिक्रमण कर रहा था उसको इग्नोर करो, एक्ने बोलो, चीन का चंदा लेकर किस प्रकार से आपने भारत के हितों का समझौता किया, यूनाइटेड नेशन सिक्योरिटी काउंसिल सीट से लेकर आपने तिब्बत में चढ़ाई करने वाले पीएलए को चावल दिया, ये गोद में बैठना होता है. Ashwini, I'm just asking you one question. 1, 2, 3 agreement where you and Samajwadi both were there. Why did you open up our civil nuclear technology for inspection to the world? वो बता दो.
सर सिर्फ इतना बता दो, जो वाजपेयी जी ने न्यूक्लियर टेस्ट किया था वो इंडिया का पहला टेस्ट था या दूसरा टेस्ट था?
अरे ऐसा है, जो टेस्ट किया किसी ने विरोध पहले टेस्ट का नहीं किया, सेकंड टेस्ट का सोनिया गांधी ने किया. सोनिया गांधी अपोज न्यूक्लियर टेस्ट ऑफ इंडिया. इट इज अ फैक्ट. गो चेक इट आउट.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, what are people of India saying? What are our viewers saying tonight? Pratyush Ojha says the Congress party is so focused on the Muslim vote that they are ready to damage India's image in the world for it. Gopala Krishna says India is not silent, doing what is best for the citizens' welfare. Surprised that Sonia Gandhi broke silence after all these years to the other side. We also did a snap poll. Sonia Gandhi slams India's silence on US-Israel-Iran war. Is this India's war to fight? Yes, say 11%, but no, say 85% of the people. 85% of the people say this is not our war. This is not our monkey, not our circus. Well, why is the opposition actually making the biggest mistake by speaking in a voice that not necessarily stands in support of India's interests? That's the question we're asking tonight. Thank you very much to all my panelists for joining me on debate number 1.